For thousands of years, yoga has guided people around the world to discover inner balance, wholeness, and well-being. In yogic teachings, life force is the subtle element that sustains life. It's essential for the nourishment and balance of the mind, body, and spirit. We often associate yoga with physical postures. Those who practice it know that yoga can be much more. Yoga offers insights on nutrition, in yogic cooking, we apply the principles of life force to prepare food that nourishes our vital energy. The Cooking with Life classes are designed to guide us in these principles of life force nutrition. You don't need to be a yogi to reap the benefits of these sessions. Here, you'll learn to prepare meals, snacks, and beverages that are nourishing and tasty. Each session includes a relaxed introduction and educational segment. People get to know each other as they talk about food, yogic cooking, and healthy living. It's a chance to discuss any food issue, such as supplements, detoxification, dining out, holiday meals, ethnic foods, weight management, and cooking with kids. The heart of each session is cooking and eating. Participants work with a variety of foods and new recipes. They share a tasty, healthful dinner of the dishes they've prepared. Misty is the instructor of Cooking with Life.
Turn to the first page. Well, I'm an occupational therapist. I've been one for 5 years, and just recently I started going back to school to get my master's degree in clinical nutrition. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've always been so interested in nutrition. I love cooking and I love trying new foods, and the more healthy I can make it, the better. There's a real spiritual dimension to eating, and that when they come to class, they can talk to people, meet people in the community, and they can share their interests in regard to health and nutrition. And they enjoy the experience. Then whenever you can connect with someone in the community and learn from them, everyone has different experiences, and there's something to learn from everyone that you meet. And I think when you come to the class, you'll be able to learn something from everyone. And it's just really great to feel that sense of community. Well, I'm hoping that people learn how to cook more healthfully and to eat more healthfully, and to just be aware of what they're putting into their bodies, and being in tune to your body and knowing how the food makes you feel and how it affects your mood. Oh, sure. Okay. There's more to eating than just filling your stomach. It's also nourishing your spirit as well. So I think we as Americans are spending more time outside of home and less time inside of the home making healthy, decent meals. We don't really devote a lot of time to our meals, and we are more apt to grab the quickest thing that we can: chips, cookies, frozen and boxed meals, sodas, coffee, all these things that are really low in life force. And I think it's really making us sick as Americans. It's true, if you look at the statistics, we're getting sicker every year. There are more people with diabetes, more obese people. It's a problem. I want people to realize that eating can be a spiritual experience, because it gives you time to relax and to just be in the present moment and be in tune with your body. By eating well, you can really avoid so many diseases, and you can feel great. You just have so much more energy when you eat really well and healthfully and as close to nature as possible with, foods that have a ton of life force and vital energy.
I've heard of it.
Soften your knees.
Marty Tribble is a yoga instructor. Marty owns and operates the Yoga Center in Menominee, Michigan.
Misty is taking a yogic perspective to food, whereas your food raises your life force and you feel better through what you eat, or you can feel worse if you're eating things that are more processed and pretty much devoid of life force. The yoga classes that I teach, my goal is to bring up the vital energy in the body and to make people feel better through bringing up their vital energy. So she and I are doing the same thing, just in different ways. I'm taking the aspect of the physical body, and she's taking the aspect of the food that feeds the physical body. So I'm feeding through moving the body, and she's feeding through physically feeding the body healthy foods.
When you practice yoga, you are trying to develop yourself spiritually and develop your physical well-being. And it doesn't make sense to do that and then turn around and put a bunch of toxic food into your body. But what does make sense is to put a lot of nutrient-rich food into your body that's going to help you develop your spirituality and your physical well-being. And when we eat these living things, it gives us the energy that we need, the vital energy. So we eat things that are full of vital energy. It's very easy to know how much life force is in a food. If you think about how much or how little it's been processed from the time that it came out of the ground to your table, you'll know how much life force is in it. The least amount of processing, the better, and the more life force it's going to contain. I don't think that I ever really experienced the real spiritual aspects of yoga until I started coming to Marty's classes, actually, because she's such an inspirational teacher. I always come away from her classes just feeling so revitalized and strong.
Misty's class on cooking with life force ties in exactly with what I'm teaching my students. How to live from an intuitive perspective, to really listen to their body and see what it needs, see what they feel. For example, I guide them into a yoga pose, but I let them know that these are just guidelines. Listen to your body, see where you feel right in the pose. And I think her class is going to really complement that, because she's teaching people to eat from an intuitive perspective. Find the foods that you like. Find a really creative way to eat these foods. You don't have to have a recipe. Just because the recipe doesn't have all your favorite ingredients in it, blend it together and be creative, be intuitive.
It's wonderful to see people enjoying the food and looking at the food and saying, oh, someone just said to me, oh, I didn't even miss the salt. I didn't even realize we didn't put any salt in anything, and I didn't even miss it. Everything was so flavorful. And also, we made the food and it was so beautifully colorful. Our plates were all colorful, and everyone enjoyed the food, and they were able to make it, and they were very open to trying new things, which is really important.
For more information about the Cooking with Life classes or yoga sessions at the Yoga Center, please contact www.yogaforme.com.